Hello and welcome to the Big Idea Show. Today we're going to be hearing from Beth. Hello. We're going to be hearing from Jack.
Hello.
And Chris.
Hello.
And they are from The Edge at East Kent College, and we're going to be talking about The Edge on Show, which is an enterprise project looking to explore financial literacy. So join us. Coming up next, The Big Idea Show. That was Skies there with Doors. Okay, I have a packed studio here with me today. Right, let me go through everyone. Let me do a roll call. Let me do the register. I have Beth Walker. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I have Jack Howarth.
Hello.
Hello. And I have Chris Springer.
Hello.
Hello. Right, and they are all here from The Edge at East Kent College. And Beth, I'm going to let you introduce your project because it has a rather lengthy name. I don't know if I can remember, so I'll leave it to you.
Okay,
To start us off, what's the project you're in here to talk to us about today?
so the project name is East Kent College Presents Edge on Show.
Okay, brilliant. And what does that involve? What's it all about?
So the project is students at East Kent College and from a department called The Edge have been given a shop space on the old High Street in Folkestone Town Centre. It's a project that's been developed in partnership with Christopher Houton Budd, who's a local economist and a financial historian. And the idea of the project is that we're teaching young people financial literacy and skills in working finances in real life by giving them a shop space and allowing them to do what they want in that shop space whilst tracking the finances as they go through.
Okay, brilliant. So is it a little bit like, I know when I was at school, we did kind of young enterprise. Is it like that? It sounds like that, but boosted with a bonus of the kind of more emphasis on finance.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all about developing entrepreneurial skills in students, it's about developing their awareness and their understanding of financial literacy, but also about giving young people a space and a platform to showcase the work that they're making and think about how they would generate profits or income from the work and the skills that they have.
Yeah, okay. And is that something that I guess traditionally kind of students would learn in classrooms, in theory, and yeah, as you've said, the important bit being get out there real world stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that's really central to The Edge and the work that we do with the students across all of the courses. It's all about linking the skills and the work that they do to real life situations.
Yeah.
And it's kind of coming away from maybe those slightly more traditional models of learning within a classroom and learning kind of like the theory of something without actually having the practical taste for it.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. And guys, you've put yourself forward to get involved, haven't you? How are you feeling about it? Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, this is the first time for me doing something like this.
Okay.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Especially not actually having our own shop space.
Okay.
It's something I've never had before.
Okay, good stuff.
To showcase our work.
Yeah, and we're going to be coming to you guys in a little bit to hear more about your particular projects that you've taken on. Are they doing it in groups or is it kind of individual projects for kind of that they'll take on?
So we've got the shop space from Monday the 4th of December. I hope I've got that date right. We've got it for a week and we've got it until the Sunday. The students that are taking part in the project, so there's 8 students that are part of this. In the new year as well, we've got 3 consecutive weeks in that shop space, which is in like February and March sort of time. But for this first group before Christmas, there's 8 students. Those 8 students come from 3 of our courses from The Edge. So we've got students from Art and Creative Design, level 3 course, and we've got students from a level 2 Creative ICT course, so they do like coding, app design, web design, and we've got 3 students who are from our business and enterprise course as well. So those students have kind of put themselves forward to be part of the project, and also tutors have kind of selected students as well, and we're forming this kind of collaborative group. So it's students that wouldn't usually work together, and that also have a variety of skill sets, and that's a really important part of the project as well.
Yeah, definitely. And are you saying that they're kind of, the arts, the kind of more technical side, and then the business side? Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it? Is that we often kind of try and do everything as kind of, whether you're just coming out of school or whether you've been doing stuff for a while or you're looking to take that leap. I think we often think, oh God, I have to do it all and I have to learn the business even though I'm creative, or I'm creative and I have to learn to switch it around. And this sounds like a good opportunity to go, no, it's about finding the right people to do the right jobs, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and it's kind of like these are students that might not have otherwise spoken or known each other, and that's the thing, like working within the creative industries and within business as well, actually developing those links and those partnerships whilst you're in a situation like in college or at university, for example. They're kind of like lifelong friendships and partnerships, which then you'll take forward into your professional lives. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and that element of teamwork, isn't it? That
Absolutely.
I think comes through a lot of stuff in school, but real world teamwork, isn't it? Rather than kind of just for a particular school project.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Nice one. Okay, right. We are going to take a little break now because I'm dying to hear after a few songs. We're going to have some Foo Fighters, and then we're going to hear from Jack and Chris about what their projects are and what they've taken on. It's exciting stuff. Okay, Foo Fighters and Wheels. You are listening to The Big Idea Show with a bit of Kylie Minogue and Shocked there. So I am joined by some students and one of the tutors from East Kent College. We are talking about Edge on Show, which is an enterprise project aimed at teaching financial literacy. So we heard from Beth earlier about kind of an overview of the project and its aims. So now we're going to speak to Chris to hear a little bit more about your project. So Chris, what is it you've taken on? What's your kind of enterprise idea?
Well, on the IT side of things, we're doing basically we're building a computer. We're just putting the parts together so kids or teenagers that want to get into computing could make their own computer for the first time. So we're going to create like a box of all the essentials, all the things you'll need, instructions of pictures, how to build it. So yeah, it could be like a really cool Christmas present or something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And is this something you've completely designed from scratch?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
It's going to be just all the raw parts that you just build it up yourself.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And so what's the course that you're studying to kind of give you this experience to do this? Because that's a great project and a big kind of challenge.
Yeah, well, it's always something I've been into. I've built computers before. So, and I know a lot of people want to get into it, but they don't know where to start, or, you know. So, but I'm studying level 2 IT. It's kind of like web design, creating games, apps, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting. And what year are you in that?
Level 2.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means, unfortunately.
Means I'm halfway there.
Okay, cool. Good one, thank you. And who are some of the people that are on your team? Like Beth was saying about how it's about mixing people up from different courses, different skills. Who have you got? Do you think you can give them a shout out if you want?
Well, we've got some people from the art and design course. We've got some people from the business course, and me and one of my peers, his name is Carl, and we're going to be the ones that create the computer.
Okay.
Itself, yeah.
Wicked. And how many are you hoping to sell? Have you got a target of like?
As many as possible. I'm going to probably build about 3, but I can always order in more parts to create others.
Okay.
If we do.
Yeah.
Many,
And so what sort of, you say it's a computer, are we thinking kind of like a full-on thing, or how much, do you know how much people are going to have to, I'm getting into the specifics here, but how much people are going to have to pay if they're like, oh my God, that sounds like an amazing Christmas present. I want to come and buy one on the 4th of December. Is that right?
We're open on the Wednesday.
Okay.
The first day that we open up. So Wednesday the 6th.
Okay.
Until the Sunday.
Okay, there we go. Beginning of December.
Yes.
Okay. So if someone wants to come buy one, do you know how much they're going to cost yet? Or still working it out?
Still kind of working it out. I'm trying to do it as cheap as possible, but with good parts still. So I don't want to spend too much. I want people to be spending too much. But I'm just trying to get a good computer, not something too complicated, that you could just take out the box, look at the instructions and put together.
Yep.
I'm hoping around the 250 mark.
Yep.
But we're still working it out.
Okay, there we go. And I guess that's the whole point of the project, right? Those things, financial literacy, both in supply, demand.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So we'll see when it's all done.
Okay. And what's the things, I guess 2 questions here, a two-part question. What's the stuff you're most excited about, and the stuff you're maybe most nervous or kind of that you think will be a challenge but you're looking forward to kind of getting your teeth stuck into?
I'm probably most excited about just showing the talent that is at East Kent College, at Folkestone, through the IT, through the art and design, even the business side, and just showing Folkestone what we can do, really.
Awesome.
Nervous or scared about? Not much, to be honest with you.
That's always a good
feeling
start.
pretty confident going into it, yeah. But we shall see when we open up.
Okay, brilliant. And what's the one thing you're hoping to learn, maybe, that you haven't had an experience of before?
Just the experience of it, of running the shop, the sales, the business side of it, you know, the money you spend, the money you make, just things like that. It's good, really good experience.
Okay.
Really exciting.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited for you. It sounds like a great project. And
Yeah.
I was not expecting you to say, oh, my project is we're allowing people to build their own computers. Not even you building it.
No, somebody else, yeah.
Someone them to build it.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. I'm definitely going to have to come and check these out from the 6th of
More
December.
than-
Yeah.
You're more than
Come on the
welcome.
4th.
Okay, the 6th of December. There we go. And just remind me, the location, you said Old High Street, is that right?
Yeah, so it's at the Collectives, number 43, the Collective, which is on the Old High Street in Folkestone.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we are going to be, thank you, Chris.
No worries,
I loved
thank
hearing
you.
about that. That was awesome. And Jack, you're going to be up next. We're going to be hearing about your project. But before that, we're going to have some She Drives Me Crazy from the Fine Young Cannibals. We're back, it's the Big Idea Show. I'm Liù Batchelor, here with the Folkestone Status. And we heard in the last link from Chris about his enterprise project, and now we're here with Jack.
Hello.
Hello, Jack, it's your turn, you're up.
It is indeed.
Let's hear it. What is your enterprise project that you're taking on?
I am studying art and creative design.
Yep.
And my main project for the shop space is studying fashion and customising clothes and creating my own clothes. But the main reason is to maybe get a bit noticed by maybe shop owners or
Yep.
different brands, and yeah, just to
Awesome.
bring out my ideas to everyone,
To the world.
to the world.
Definitely.
yes.
Okay. So have you done much have you done this sort of stuff before in your kind of own time, and it's now becoming a bit more, you're thinking about it more kind of commercially, more businessy, or is this kind of like, right, the first opportunity you've had to share what you're working on?
When I was in school studying GCSE art, I was all sort of all over the place, and then coming to the end of the year, I did my entire project about masks,
Yep.
which is a weird start, but it got me to where I am now.
Yeah.
And my main inspiration was probably Instagram,
Okay.
just because you see all the new clothes that are coming out, different brands, and you see it sort of opens you up to different styles and
Yeah.
different people in the world.
Okay.
And then as well as that, with American hip hop artists, which they're all over the place. Their
Yeah.
style is incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
So is it something that you think's kind of you've got an idea and you've been inspired by the creative side, or is it kind of being inspired about different maybe platforms on which, like you said, you did masks, but
Yeah.
and now you're trying different mediums, i.e. clothing?
Yeah, definitely. One of the main things was seeing, like in school, we all sort of went our own ways at the end of year 11, and then we all sort of I started speaking to people that I'd never spoke to in school because they somehow I didn't realise, but they were into the same things as I was, and we sort of came together and just looked at different brands, different types of clothes, and now it's brought me into a different area of customisation, and then now I'm actually working on making my own clothing brand.
Okay,
So yeah,
awesome. That's cool. And so are
Interesting
these
stuff.
people the other members of your team, or are they just kind of some of your influences as you've developed?
yeah, more like influences and just close friends that give me ideas, and I can put them all into paper and then actually put them into action.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. Sounding like a true artist here. With kind of all your inspirations coming from these different places. Sounds like we have the new designer in Folkestone kind of starting out. Right, good stuff. And so you said kind of clothing. Who are some of the other people, and kind of is it you very much leading in terms of the direction and the items that you're going to be launching, or is there kind of a collaboration there?
With the shop space and the clothes that I'm going to be taking in there, it's mostly what I'm customising and what I'm creating. But there is other people on my course that are really, really into fashion as well, and they're giving me ideas, which when, like Beth said earlier, when we have the space in the new year, then they can perhaps showcase their stuff in the shop as well as me. But obviously this is the first sort of time we have the shop space, so
Yeah.
and possibly they can get their stuff in now, and that will help showcase their stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the long-term goal here? Because you mentioned about, having other retailers stock your stuff. Is it to have your own shop, or to be kind of selling to other places and like you said, a brand?
It's more to sort of get recognition,
Yeah.
so I can get people to see the work I'm doing, and then maybe, I don't know, like you said earlier, collaborations. But other than that, for the shop, it is more just to showcase my work and show people what I'm working on and what I'm doing with my life at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. And I guess, does that come out in the designs that you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Some of them are very weird. You can You can ask Beth about that yesterday. We had a very interesting day. And
Okay.
one of the pieces that I came up with was it was all over the place, but it was good.
Well, I guess that's the interesting thing. Like sometimes you never know what might strike a chord with
Yeah.
certain audiences.
It was
yeah.
a strange. I sort of saw one thing and I was like, oh, I'll do that. And I saw another thing and I was like, I'll do that. And then it's all come into the same piece of work,
Yeah.
which will be showcased in the shop.
Okay, sounds
So-
like a great kind of experimentative process that
Yeah.
this kind of program is allowing you to kind of go on. And is there anything in particular that you're kind of nervous or that you're excited to maybe learn that's a bit that you know is going to be a challenge, but
Yeah, I reckon I think the main thing with new challenges is seeing what audience I gather, because it can bring completely different people into a whole new world of fashion as well as designs.
Okay.
And I can get feedback from other people, and it also shows like the older generation what I've been working on.
Yeah.
And they might look at it as a weird sort of, which it is very strange, but
I really want to come and see it now.
on the 6th you can.
Yeah, exactly. Good another little plug there. We're making sure everyone knows it's the 6th. I hope it is the
6th
6th.
of December. Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Maybe I should double check.
But yeah, the main goal is to get recognition and
Yeah.
to show other people and a whole new audience what I'm creating
Yeah.
and what I will be doing for the next 2 years at the Edge in
At the Edge.
college. So,
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And yeah, I loved it. It's kind of great to hear your passion for it. And you said feedback and experiment and
Yeah.
trying new things. It's all really exciting stuff. And ultimately, I guess in any creative career, that's what you've got to have, isn't it? Is just,
Oh yeah, definitely.
just keep trying
definitely.
new things and accepting that feedback.
Because if you just keep making products that no one likes,
Yeah.
then you're not gonna
Yeah.
you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds like a great thing that this project's enabling. So good stuff. Right. Thank you very much, Jack.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Thank
We're
you
going
for
to
having me
be we're going to be going back. We're going to be chatting some more to Beth in a little bit. But first, we're going to have some more music. It's Bee Gees with "You Should Be Dancing." Shaka Khan, I Feel For You, the first song in the second half of the Big Idea Show today. So I have Beth back in the hot seat.
Hello.
Hello. So Beth, we've obviously been talking about the project as a whole, the Edge on show. That's right.
Yep, that is right.
Cool.
That is right.
But I kind of wanted to have a bit more of a discussion about the overall approach and kind of what you're doing, because from what you've told me about your role, it sounds really unique. Do you want to tell kind of the listeners a little bit more about what you do and what kind of why really?
Yeah, sure. So my role within the Edge, which is a department at East Kent College in Folkestone, my actual job title is Enterprise, Innovation and Partnerships Coordinator.
Yeah.
Rubbish for business cards, but actually does sum up a lot of the things that I do there. So alongside other commitments I have to our kind of normal curriculum or the curriculum as a whole, my role is really about developing holistic skills in students. So things like their confidence, their communication, their ability to kind of be able to write invoices and track them and write kind of business emails and all of that stuff that traditionally can get really overlooked within education. What you kind of find is young people will go and study a subject. They might come out being a great filmmaker but have no idea like how to market themselves or how to talk to clients or any of those kind of wider things.
And I guess in that situation, like using the filmmakers as an example, and then I know I've kind of personally kind of experienced that whole thing of if you're not getting what you do out to people, you can think that it's not very good.
Yeah,
and it's not
absolutely.
that it's not good and it doesn't have value. It's maybe just that you haven't found the right audience yet. But that's a skill in itself, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Separate from the creative kind of normal, more traditional stuff that we think of.
Yeah, definitely. And I think kind of through, I'm sure lots of people will recognise this, lots of people that are successful in the world within the creative industries but also within wider fields, they're people that are really good at many elements, like they're not only filmmakers or photographers, but they're great at marketing, they're great at communication, they put themselves out there, it takes such a wide range of skills.
Yeah.
So the constant challenge for me in my role is how do you go about doing that? How do you actually develop these skills in people?
Yeah, and I guess they're different in every individual, right?
Absolutely.
And maybe different for different applications. So I don't know, I'm going to ask you a hard question. How do you?
Well, I attempt to do it through projects like this, like we were talking about today. All about kind of giving students opportunities to do things that they wouldn't otherwise do. I do a lot of work with students, get them to apply to competitions, or I've had a lot of students go on the BFI Film Academy with Screen South.
Yeah.
We do a lot of corporate project work. We actually have our own creative agency,
Nice.
which is a business within our department. We employ somebody 2.5 days a week to run that agency, and then we take on commercial contracts from clients, and a huge range of them. So we made films for the Creative Foundation, Shepway District Council. There's so many, the list is endless.
Yeah.
And the idea with that is that we pay the students to make and deliver the creative work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of having these real life projects, and actually that's the best way to develop those skills, but also just to make sure that the students recognise the skills that they're actually developing whilst they're doing them.
Yeah, I guess, is that what, mainly from a confidence point of view, or is it kind of, I guess, once they recognise them, that they can then pursue them maybe a bit more?
Yeah, I think a big part of education is just getting people to understand the things that they're doing and be able to reflect on those, and actually take that forward into developing themselves further.
Because I guess in this situation you don't do a test on confidence, do you? Really?
No.
And I guess it's all through application, and I think about it, I completely get that you might not, and sometimes, and maybe this leads into my next question, and it's kind of, I'm going to open up to you guys as well, to Chris and Jack. Is there anything that either you in yourselves, or that, Beth, you've noticed in some of the students, has been a real turnaround? And because sometimes it's an opportunity to stop and go, God, have I gained more confidence? Oh yeah, would I be doing this, I don't know, i.e. the radio, a year ago? And
Definitely.
We're also part of a project for the new town being built, the Otterpool Park project.
Yeah.
And we had to do it was like a presentation, but we were a bit nervous to do it because there was a lot of people in the room. But instead we had like more of a discussion with a lot of people that were very important, and if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be here now.
Okay.
Purely because I haven't been a big talker. I've never always been a big talker, but now I've definitely gained more confidence. So.
Okay, nice. Well, I totally wouldn't have guessed that from how you've been talking today, and I really kind of relate to that, because I think I was the same. Like as a kid, I didn't really talk. I didn't talk about my ideas, so it's really exciting to be able to give you the chance to talk about them on the show, and also for me personally to hear them. So yeah. And what about you, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. You just kind of put yourself out there more.
Yeah.
And experience new things. Beth has helped to learn also some other people in the college. Like for instance, in a few weeks I'll be doing Computers for Africa, where we're taking like old computers, strip them, clean them, and then send them to like third world countries. So it just really does help you, just get out there and experience new things, and just put your name out there as well.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, this is really exciting. I'm kind of sad we're going to have to play some more music now. But good stuff. Well done, guys. I kind of feel I'm proud of you guys. What you've done. And I'm proud that you've come on the show and taken it on, and out on radio. So, okay, music time. We'll be back in a little bit. City Lights, My Eyes Were Made For You on the Big Ideas Show. Okay, so Beth, there's an important member of the team, member of this project that isn't here today.
Yep.
But it's important that we talk about him and the contribution and kind of his background, isn't it? So do you want to tell us who that is?
Yeah, sure. So the other member of the team, who's not from East Kent College, is Dr. Christopher Houton Budd.
Yep.
He's an economist and a financial historian, and he lives in Folkestone, lives locally. It was actually over the summer that we've written this project in partnership with each other. I kind of was a student, I suppose, of Christopher's before, so he was running evening sessions in Folkestone called Colours of Money, and it was about the history of finance, and it actually just really engaged me as an individual, and that kind of started this like friendship, and which has now developed into this working relationship of putting this project together. So Christopher's really passionate about teaching financial literacy, and especially to young people, and it's his kind of like passion and drive that's really fueled the project as well. In a kind of practical sense, so the way that we designed the project Christopher's come into the Edge at East Kent College, and he delivered 2 kind of sessions on basic financial literacy to all of our students. So about 120 students in total had these 2 sessions, and then following on from that is when then we've made this initial selection of students who are going forward into the shop space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. And so what's some that you mentioned the workshops that you kind of attended that he'd done? Is there anything else? Because I've heard his name and I've heard about some of the other projects and bits and bobs that he's doing. He's doing quite a lot, isn't he?
He is a man with fingers in many pies. He's great. I love Christopher. Like, the more that you speak to him, the more that you find out that he's doing and that he has done, and he's worked all over the world, and you know, he's just been away recently jet setting and giving seminars in finance, financial literacy. Locally, he kind of develops a lot of projects. He's got so it's in his shop space that we're doing the project. It's number 43, the collective. He does loads of sessions. There's actually sessions going on, have been going on last week. So yeah, it's a really lovely space. I would really recommend everybody just go in there and start talking to him. He always has exhibitions up of different projects that he's developing, and it's a really ambiguous space. He has these like really beautiful architectural plans, and nobody knows what they are, and you have to go in and just chat with him about all these different projects that he's putting forward into the world.
So what are some of his unique ideas or approaches that have kind of practically been applied, or kind of some of the things that you're applying in this project for the students that he's kind of brought in?
Christopher really brings to the project like experience and knowledge about financial literacy. You know, that's something that I never learned when I was at school or college, and and it's, you know, generally a skill that you kind of just pick up as you go through life. Christopher brings all of that to the table, and it's only because of him that we would be doing this project. I think Christopher's just really passionate about giving people practical opportunities to develop knowledge, which is why this project works so well with him.
Definitely. And I think at the moment it's very relevant, isn't it? Because it's when it comes to kind of handling real money and dealing with real money, as opposed to contactless, the age of contactless and online banking, where money kind of is becoming not real in the same kind of way, maybe. And at the same time, we're obviously more and more people are getting into debt, and there's stuff going on, isn't there? And we've really got to kind of see a shift, and starting from, as you guys are doing, starting like at a young age, at school, at college.
I think that understanding of finance and understanding that within a business setting, and then being able to reflect in that in terms of a personal, you know, your personal accounts, your personal finances. And I think the project, I think what I've kind of been theorising in the last couple of years about education is about, you know, the best thing that you can do for people actually is give them autonomy, give them space, and give them some financial backing to go forward with their ambitions and dreams. So that's kind of what this is.
Cool, good stuff. And guys, Chris and Jack, have you kind of, other than the stuff you've obviously been given, the support from Christopher as part of this project, have you kind of, I guess it's to kind of see, have you had any support in terms of training on kind of finances and stuff, like maybe at a younger age at school, or is this like the first time that you've really had that opportunity to be supported in the learning?
Well, for me, I've not really done much of it before I met Chris. I've only met him a few times, 2 or 3 times, but you can tell as soon as, you know, you see someone, you meet someone, you can tell if they're like really genuine, or and he does come across as a very, very genuine guy, because a lot of successful people, it's kind of just take, everybody get back, but with Chris, he does want to see the youth and other people be successful, and he helps to the best of his ability to do that.
So a real role model by the sounds of it as well, in terms of being, you know, you can be successful and still be a good person. Money is not the root of all evil, if used well. So
no, he's a really nice guy.
Awesome.
I mean, I had no idea about finances whatsoever.
Okay.
He's a very interesting man. Put it that way.
Awesome. Okay, good stuff, guys. Right, we're going to take a break again. We're going to have some music. It's Emotions with Best of My Love. Emotions, Best of Love there. So Beth, we've heard about what Jack and Chris, what their projects are. What are some of the other students doing?
So there's 8 students involved in the project in total. Chris and Jack are obviously 2 of those. But yeah, some of the other students, they want to have it as a space to display some of the products and the artifacts that they've been making on their courses, our art and creative design course. Some of the students want to use it as a space to show the services that they could provide. I think one of our students, Penny, is interested in showing her kind of graphic design business.
Okay.
And actually using the space to potentially work in as a studio, just to generate some interest and get people kind of pulled into it. Also, so there's 8 students that are kind of involved in the core team, but what we're doing is like opening up the space to other students in the Edge who might want to put in products or any of their work as well. So it's not only the 8 students that are involved. And additionally, we're actually going to have a space in the shop, which is like an exhibition space, where we're showing the finances of the project.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so you know, the whole project is about teaching financial literacy. It's something that traditionally businesses, we're kind of doing the opposite of what businesses would normally do, which is hide their finances and not tell anybody and worry about what information they're giving to the public.
Okay.
We want to kind of invert that, and actually, so the idea is that we'll display the financial documents that the students put together, and we'll show our takings every day as a way to kind of generate interest and conversation, and also just to make the public really aware that is actually the underlying reason for the space in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. And I imagine there'll be people learning from that themselves if they're a young person or not a young person, that
hopefully
there's always stuff, you know, you don't often see it, as you said, so it may give someone that prompt to take on their own project. So good stuff. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. It's been absolutely awesome having you in. I'm going to give you a final chance to have a final plug of the project, what time, when, and everything like that. Who wants to start?
Okay. Well, we open December the 6th.
Yep.
So Wednesday at 11 o'clock till 4 p.m. And we open all the way until December the 10th. So best time to get down there.
Yeah. Early Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Get something unique and that contributes back.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Cool. Okay, and Jack?
The shop is located on the 43 Collective in the Old High Street, which is opposite the
What is
Stick
it?
Street Coffee House,
Yes.
or
Yeah,
Epic
yeah.
Shop as well.
Yes, it's about halfway down, isn't it? Okay, there we go, you'll find it. Cool. And Beth, what they left you with?
So really important, really like to do a big shout out to everybody. If you can get online, get onto our social media accounts. So we've got our Facebook page. If you search for The Edge School of Creative and Business, you'll see some posts that are going up really shortly. Our business students are actually running our social media campaign for the project. We've also got an Instagram page. So if you go onto Instagram, it's The Edge _ East Kent College, and there'll be some posts up there soon.
Okay, great
Cool.
stuff.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, and good luck with your projects.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're going to leave with some Stevie Wonder and Isn't She Lovely? Thanks, guys.